Finally, we are here. The Super Bowl is tomorrow. Damn, I talked almost talked almost an hour about the trade deadline. That's crazy. But the Super Bowl is here, man. To me, these have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs have been the best two teams in the league this entire year. Usually, you don't get that in the Super Bowl. You usually don't get the two teams that should be there. Like, for instance, and congratulations to everyone that has been in the Super Bowl. But last year, you didn't really expect the Cincinnati Bengals to make it to the Super Bowl. Yes, they deserve to be there, but they weren't the best team the entire year. But when you look this year, of course, the Eagles and their dominance throughout the East or the NFC, and now of course you have the Kansas City Chiefs, which by the way, a lot of people thought that they were going to fall off a cliff after losing Tyreek Hill. They have, I mean, hell, I think they both finished the season 16-3 or something like that. Let me talk about the Eagles first. And I'll talk about how they can win. The Eagles' defense has been the best defense in the league this year consistently by far. I think they recorded like the third most sacks in a season in NFL history. When you have a player as fast as Hassan Reddick, when you have incredible defenders like Slay, you have Fletcher Cox in his size. It's going to the Eagles. The Eagles are good, man. Now I know that's like a duh, but the Eagles are tough. And then of course the offensive line, when you have Jordan Davis, when you have Lane Johnson, who is a future Hall of Famer, when you have Jason Kelce, who arguably is the greatest center in NFL history. I mean, C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the defensive side of the ball. You still have Ndamukong Suh. You have Nakobe Dean, Robert. Like, come on now. When we talk about teams, this is the best team on paper. This has been the best team all season. But even in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs, when you line up the best 10 players for both teams, right, the Philadelphia Eagles have more players in that top 10 than the Kansas City Chiefs do. Now, I'm not saying that, the top of that 10 are the Philadelphia Eagles, but they have more players. Like I said, Jason Kelce would probably fall on that list. A.J. Brown probably would fall on that list. Hassan Reddick, Lane Johnson, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. They just have pieces. And their run game, as well as their defense, has been solid to damn near Hall of Fame worthy this entire year. Nick Sirianni, which again I was drastically wrong about when he came in with that awkward press conference, and I just didn't think it was going to work even after the first year. I was also wrong about Jalen Hurts. Again, they talk about Jalen Hurts comes from greatness. I remember Jalen Hurts getting benched in the national championship, not because he was injured, because he wasn't playing well. I remember he was really good in Oklahoma, but he just didn't matriculate, like they didn't win anything. And I also remember what Jalen Hurts looked like his first year or two in the NFL. So I had a warped opinion on what Jalen Hurts was, and he has exceeded and just shattered everything that I thought he was this year. He's been incredible. I mean, he finished second in MVP, but how can the Philadelphia Eagles win? If you lean on that defense that is incredible and that shut down the offense that is the 49ers, if that defense, which again, Hassan Reddick, who is one of the fastest defenders in the league, if he is able to get past the Chiefs offensive line, if he's able to make Patrick Mahomes test that ankle, if he's able to make it very uncomfortable for Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, and then of course thrive on the running game with Boston Scott and Miles Sanders, then they're going to win if that happens. Because again, this team is built to be the best team in the league. This has been the best team by far, as far as if you look at paper, the talent on this team, they have been the best team. I mean, they got James Bradbury from the Giants. That was the Giants' best, almost one of their best defenders. That's how they can win. Not to mention Jalen Hurts. He's able to use his legs. He's able to throw. Of course, he's able to throw as a quarterback. But Jalen Hurts' his decision making is also exceptional, or has been exceptional this year. So if they play the brand of football that they have been playing this entire year, they're going to win. Now, yes, there have been some hiccups. Of course, Jalen Hurts did get hurt, and Gardner Minshew had to come in. But if they play the brand of football, the defense, dominate the line of scrimmage, again, you have two future Hall of Famers in Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson. You also have Jordan Davis, who is a defensive tackle. He's huge alongside Ndamukong Suh. Like, if they're able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and if with them controlling the line of scrimmage on the offense, that means that their run game is flourishing and they're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do much with his arm. And of course, the defense is smothering like it's been all year. They're going to win. Now, how can they lose? First and foremost, I don't think Jalen Hurts is completely healthy when we talk about his shoulder. Yes, they destroyed the Giants. Yes, they destroyed they beat the 49ers handedly. It wasn't because Jalen Hurts looked incredible. Jalen Hurts, I know that he did injure his shoulder. He hasn't been right since. And while, yes, the Eagles as a whole looked really good against the 49ers in the NFC Championship, Jalen Hurts did not look good at all. He did not look good at all. Now, again, and also, I understand, how good the Eagles are, and they've been good this entire year. I get that, and I'm not disrespecting the Eagles, but when you look at the type of quarterbacks they've been playing, they played Jared Goff, they played Kirk Cousins, they played Carson Wentz, they played Trevor Lawrence, they played Kyler Murray, they played Dak Prescott, who lead the league in interceptions, they played Kenny Pickett, Darius Mills, Taylor Heineke, he did beat him, shouts out. They also played whoever the hell the coach, Matt Ryan. They played Aaron Rodgers, yeah. They played Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Dak Prescott, lost to Dak Prescott. They played the Saints and Andy Dalton. What I'm saying is this. Let's just forget all that. Let's look at the divisional round. Let's look at the playoffs. The Eagles have played Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy and James Johnson and Christian McCaffrey at the quarterback position. Neither one of them, in fact, none of the names I just said are in the same stratosphere of Patrick Mahomes. They're going to get a different level of they're about to see a different level of quarterback that they have not seen all year. In fact, the two quarterbacks that you can kind of say is on the same level or close, not same right now, close to the level that Patrick Mahomes is Aaron Rodgers and Trevor Lawrence. Now, no, calm down. First, calm down. I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers right now or Trevor Lawrence is on the same level as Patrick Mahomes. What I'm saying is those are the closest to Patrick Mahomes that they played all year. I don't want to hear nothing about Dak Prescott. I don't want to hear nothing about Kirk Cousins. I don't want to hear nothing about I don't want to hear nothing about Daniel Jones. Even though Daniel Jones was good, I don't want to hear nothing about that. So they're about to play a level of quarterback that they have not seen all year. Also, and we saw this against the 49ers. While yes, they handedly beat the 49ers, the 49ers they struggled a lot defensively as far as the back end of the 49. It was just running the ball. With how good their offensive line is, they were able to get some points. They were able to get some passes. Like their defense the secondary did kind of struggle against the 49ers and Brock Purdy and James Johnson and Christian McCaffrey. So again, this is a different type of quarterback that you're playing playing against with Patrick Mahomes, and that's no disrespect to Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is not in the same stratosphere as Patrick Mahomes. We saw that last game with Patrick Mahomes and his ankle. So I think that Patrick Mahomes, when we talk about the 10, right? Patrick Mahomes is number one on that list as far as the 10 best players in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is on that list. And from 1 to 2, it is a very, very far gap. And I think number 2, if not Jason Kelce, it'll be Travis Kelce. So the Eagles, if their defense plays like it's played all year, and they control the line of scrimmage, which they have a good chance of doing because they have Hall of Famers littered throughout, or future Hall of Famers littered throughout this entire team, they can win. And of course, if their run game is as dominant as it is, they can win. And they can lose because, they have not this entire year seen a quarterback or played a quarterback on the same level as Patrick Mahomes. And they haven't played a tight end. In fact, they haven't played a tight end on the same level as Travis Kelce. They haven't, yes, they played Justin Jefferson, but again, it's not Travis Kelce. So yeah. On the Chiefs side, I think it was huge that, and I said it before. While Patrick Mahomes was incredible and Patrick Mahomes was great against the Bengals, the star of the team and the MVP of that game was Chris Jones. Chris Jones recording his first 2 sacks of his career, of his postseason career. Chris Jones is arguably the best defensive tackle in the league. That's just how it is. And he dominated that game, and he really put his imprint on the game against the Chiefs. Against the Bengals. So how can the Chiefs win this game? The Chiefs have been the best offense this entire year. Yes, they are kind of suffering from some injuries. McCole Harmon probably is not going to play, but Juju Smith-Schuster is probably going to play. Kadarius Toney is probably going to play. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is going to play. It looks like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who hasn't played most of the year, he's going to play. And of course, you have arguably the greatest tight end of all time, Travis Kelce, is going to play. This offense has been explosive, and while yes, Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, they're not number ones anywhere else. But when you're playing with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes struggled to connect with Marquez Valdez-Scantling this entire year. Last game, he had the game of his life. So I just think, Isaiah Pacheco, the running back wide receiver, or the running back, the rookie running back, he's been great. This offense is explosive. This offense is this offense is great, and this offense, especially being led by Patrick Mahomes, can beat anybody and has been the number one offense all year. Also, defensively, while their secondary still has questions, their front has been good. I mean, again, Willie Gay Jr., Chris Jones has been good. Uh, Carlos Dunlap was really good. While I don't think that their defense clearly is on the same level as the Eagles defense, I think that the game within the game is going to be the defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs going against the offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I just mentioned you have Lane Johnson, who hasn't given up a sack in like 3 years. If you don't believe me, look it up. Lane Johnson has not given up a sack in 3 years. You also have Jason Kelce, the center, who, again, is arguably the greatest center of all time. Surely the best center today. So, of course, the offensive line that is the Eagles is not the same offensive line that's the Cincinnati Bengals. But if Chris Jones can have a day like he had against the Bengals, Willie Gay, again, we have to see about Snead. Snead, he's in concussion protocol. That's going to be huge. I feel they need Snead. Again, man, Frank Clark, Carlos Dunlap, I think that is going to be with the game within the game. If they're able to get to Jalen Hurts and really not only get to Jalen Hurts, but shut down or slow down the running game and make Jalen Hurts have to pass the ball. While yes, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are great. Again, Jalen Hurts does not look healthy. Ever since he hurt his shoulder against, I think it was the Giants, he hasn't looked the same. So I think if the Kansas City Chiefs can dominate or can win or at least keep up with the offensive line that is the Eagles, they have a really good chance of winning. Because the way that they were able to contain and really slow down the offense that is the Cincinnati Bengals, which had Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, that was incredible. And the offense, while yes, the Eagles offense is good, their outside weapons, that is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, that while they're good, they're not T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, which he did go out, and Jamar Chase. So, yeah, man, I think this is a very, I'm not gonna say it's an even game because, like I said, when you do the whole top 10 players, there's more Eagles than Chiefs in my opinion, but the Chiefs are good, and again, it's gonna be tough. Now, how can the Chiefs lose this game? I think when you go to the Super Bowl, you have to be healthy. No, not have to. Usually the healthiest team makes it, and the healthiest team usually prevails. And again, I understand that he looked good against the Cincinnati Bengals, but this Philadelphia Eagles defense is different. And I still am not sure how Patrick Mahomes is on that high ankle sprain. Again, he did prove a lot to me against the Bengals, but the Bengals defense, which is good, is not on the same level as the Eagles defense. Also, there is a lot of rookies playing. A lot of rookies. And playing important positions too. I mean, Isaiah Pacheco, who's pretty much their starting running back, Sky Moore, Trent McDuffie, like they have rookies playing at very important positions. And they also have players playing in important positions that, like Juju Smith-Schuster's not a number one receiver. Marquez Valdez-Scantling's not a number one receiver. Kadarius Toney's not a number. In fact, the previous teams did not want them anymore. The Packers didn't want Valdez-Scantling. The Steelers didn't want Juju. The Giants were happy to give up Kadarius Toney. And all their greatness or the talent of the wide receivers are definitely, they're definitely higher because you're playing alongside Patrick Mahomes. But how does that look when, of course, Patrick Mahomes is what happens if they slow down Patrick Mahomes is what I'm saying. So we'll see. What is my prediction? Who do I have winning the Super Bowl? To me, this is a head versus heart situation because my heart is going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you're going with Patrick Mahomes. We know how great Patrick Mahomes is. You have Travis Kelce. They have been the number one offense all year. That's my heart. And of course, you're talking about a team that's been there before. While yes, there have been players like Lane Johnson and Ndamukong Suh and Jason Kelce who have all been and won a Super Bowl. Some of the most, Jalen Hurts has never been to a Super Bowl. So AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they've never been to a Super Bowl. So Darius Slay, he did win actually, yeah. But my heart is picking the Kansas City Chiefs. My head is picking the Eagles. I mean, they're the best. They're the better team. That's not really debatable at this point. When you look at how good the Eagles have been all year, they are the better team. And you look at how many players. I mean, I didn't even mention Dallas Goedert. I didn't even mention, players like Brandon Graham. I didn't even mention players like Zach Pascal. It's this is a team. Josh Sweat, they are the better team. And it's, to me, I'm not gonna say it's not even close, but they are the better team. Oh, and shouts out that I forgot to mention it this episode at least. This is the first Super Bowl in NFL history that had two black quarterbacks. Black History Month, power. Black power. I love to see black people succeeding in all facets of life. Damn. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to ride that Patrick Mahomes train until, because again, this is his second or third Super Bowl he's been to. Third, meaning he's been there he knows what it is. And this could be his second Super Bowl win. And I think Travis Kelce's been in multiple Super Bowls. Of course, Jason Kelce has, and some of the people on the Eagles. But I'm going to go with the better quarterback. And while, yes, the Philadelphia defense is good, you still have Orlando Brown Jr., who is one of the best offensive linemen in the league. You still have, was it Joe Tooney? Right? Joe Tooney, who is also another great, I think also one of the best offensive linemen in the league as well. I think this is going to be a really good game. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be a great, great, great game. I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs though. So and I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs 31 to 24. 31 to 24 Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.